Let's talk about lifting weights and going to the gym. How often do I go to the gym? For me, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you 6 days a week. And I'm gonna say a minimum hour every time I go. I don't plan a day off, but typically whether there's gonna be a day where a schedule conflict or whatever it is, that once the day presents itself, this is the day it's just not gonna work out, then that's the day I don't go. But other than that, my routine is, and of course it's COVID time right now. I'm on furlough for my job, so I wake up and I go and I do it first. Go ahead and do that workout on an empty stomach, which I've read lots of good things about, that you actually burn more fat when you're doing that on an empty stomach. And then as far as how long, I said, an hour. I time myself when I go in. I look at the clock. I'm like, okay, when I come back, I want to make sure it's at least an hour past this. And almost always, it's more than an hour. Yesterday was an hour and a half. I wasn't even trying to do that. I just wanted to make sure I worked all the groups that I was focusing on that day, and I did. But for me, and maybe I will eventually slow things down, but I have more to prove right now to myself. I haven't reached my goals yet. My chest isn't sticking out farther than my stomach. I still have some of this going on. And I want to reach those goals first. Maybe I can eventually get to 3 days a week. But right now, 6 days a week, and especially when I don't have a job, sure, I can easily do that. And what's funny is, I don't want a day off. I don't want a day off because I genuinely love going to the gym. Like, it's one of my favorite things. So, and really I should make that the focus of this video, so I gotta remember to put that in the title here. But ultimately, it's the concept that I love being there. For me, it's not that, it's dreadful, it's pain or anything like that. I'm like, if this is pain, then this is the best pain I've ever felt, because I feel great while I'm doing it. It's not simply like, there's nothing more rewarding than leaving the gym and being sore and knowing that you did something right. Yeah, I agree, but ultimately, I actually, in my brain, I get enjoyment. I get pleasure out of shredding these and destroying this body tissue I've got. Like, I like that. And, I've been running since I was 15, I guess, 14, 15. I've been running. And now I'm up to 3 miles when I run. And I was doing it, but now that my gym reopened, I haven't been out there. Because I'm like, well, now that I'm getting older, I don't want to mess up my knees. If I can do more, and I can be more efficient by going to the gym and lifting weights, then I'd rather do that than, And I understand there's great cardio in running, but also keep in mind that every single workout without fail, I do the sled, where I've got the 2 bars like right up here, and I'm pushing it. I'm running with that thing to the other side. And then when I get to the other side, it's got the bar at the bottom, so it's a bear crawl all the way back running. And I do that 3 laps. And I start out with that. So it kills me. I do the hardest thing first in my workout, and it makes my heart feel like it's gonna explode. And from there, I do the rest of the workout. The hardest thing first is how I like to do my workouts, because I think it just kind of wakes me up and gives a shock to the system. But see, I love that. So what I wouldn't be able to relate to is the person who wakes up and thinks, I don't feel like going to the gym today. I've yet to relate to that. Anyway, it's funny, the same thing with, I have a blog, Family Friendly Daddy blog. I have no writer's block. I never have. I never, as far as making videos for this channel, it's never that, I don't know what to do a new video on. Like, if I take a break for a few days, it's just because I want to give myself some rest. And see, that goes back to, I want to make sure I give my body some rest, because I know that you got to let your body do some resting so that you can actually build those muscles. And I guess what I'm saying is that's pretty hard for me right now, especially since I'm on furlough. I might as well be working out every day. And it's so much fun. Like, it's one of the most fun things there is to do. Because try to imagine when you're 39 years old, like, what's fun to you at that point? Like, it's almost like you know too much now. You've like in the Bible, eaten from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. It's almost like by the time you're my age, you've eaten from different trees, and now you're like, now I know how the world actually works. So this is kind of depressing and sad, And even best case scenario, we all die and see people die before us, and that's sad and depressing. And there's no way we can go back in time and relive those things. Like, yeah, you get into this kind of in the Bible, the book of Ecclesiastes, where he talks about, basically, you live your life, you do what you enjoy, you know that you're ultimately going to be judged by God in the end of it, and make the most of it. Like, life is nothing more than mist. So, I'm totally in that space right now. So for me, where I'm at, closer to 40, working out, I think, really kind of is exactly what I need mentally, not just physically. I love the way it feels to work out. It's not painful, and I'm killing it in the gym. Now, granted, the method I'm using right now so that I can slim down and trim down as in building muscle is that I'm actually doing higher number of reps, but not as much weight. So I'm doing, typically most machines I'm on or whatever, free weights, whatever, typically I'm doing 15 times 3 sets, 15, 90 seconds and 20, do that again. So, 45 of each thing is what I'm doing. And I have to balance the weight to where I want to be able to get through the 45th one, but I want to be able to do the 45th one right. And so basically, that way, it's taking longer to work out, but that's what my goal is. Now, if I wanted to bulk up, I would do the opposite. If I want to be a slim guy, that's really what I care about most. I want to be a lean, muscular, thin guy. And granted, if I were trying to get huge muscles, I would do shorter sets and higher weights, but that's not what my goal is, at least right now. So, I love working out. To me, it's not pain. To me, it is pleasure. That's how my mind perceives it. There's no day I wake up and think, I don't want to go to the gym. The only day I don't go to the gym is the day that there's such a schedule conflict. And then I guess at that point, it's good for me because our bodies need a rest. The whole thing about God making the earth in 6 days and take rest on the seventh. We're supposed to be doing the same. So it only makes sense. By default, I need a rest. I just don't want to. I want to keep doing this thing. Your comments are right here.